Okie dokie. Welcome to this video or this exercise wherein I'm going to read a paragraph to you, such as the one located on my left. Embedded within it are the potential for errors related to grammar, punctuation, syntax, and so forth. Please keep that in mind as you listen to me read. Afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm out of frame. Ask that you pause the video to make corrections independently or on your own, and resume once you feel like you've exhausted all the potential errors that are in the paragraph so that you and I can make corrections together. I do hope you find this video helpful, which if that is the case, please give it a like. It would help me out a lot. And subscribe should you want to practice with me. All right, as mentioned earlier, I'm going to go ahead and get started by reading. So that night, Vinny had a hard time getting to sleep. He kept thinking about how disappointed he was in his friend. He also began to wonder if Eddie would really make a good president. Until now, Vinny had supported his friend. Now he was beginning to question things. If Eddie could ignore vandalism, then perhaps his character wasn't so solid. The next morning, as the two friends were walking to school, Eddie announced, I've been giving it some thought, and I have decided to withdraw from the election. What kind of president would I be if I couldn't even report those guys yesterday? I think you should run, Vinny. All right, go ahead and pause here to make those corrections and resume when you're ready to correct with me. All right, I'm moving, I'm shaking, so you've hit play. So starting at the beginning, that night, Vinny, which is a name, it's a proper noun, it's the name of someone, so please be sure to capitalize it, had a hard time getting to sleep. He kept thinking about how disappointed, has one S, so we're gonna strike that additional S, and it has two P's, so we're gonna add those two P's. He was in his friend. He also began to wonder if Eddie would really make a good president. Until, which should have one L, until now, Vinny had supported his friend. Now he was beginning to question things. If Eddie could ignore, O-R-E, ignore vandalism, then perhaps his character wasn't so solid. Now, wasn't is a combination, or at least it's meant to be, or a contraction of the words was and not. When you add not to a word, or if you're appending it as a contraction, please be sure to rest that apostrophe between the N and the T. So solid, which has one L, so I'm going to strike that additional L. The next morning, The next morning, as the two friends were walking to school, Eddie, proper noun, please be sure to capitalize it, announced, I've, which is a contraction again of the words I and have, so please be sure to include the apostrophe just before the VE. I've been giving it some thought and have decided to withdraw from the election. What kind of president would I be if I couldn't, contraction yet again, could plus not, the apostrophe rests again between the N and the T, even report those guys yesterday? And this is a question. Granted, it's probably rhetorical, but it's still an interrogative, so you need to end it as such. Not a period, but a question mark. I think you should run, Vinny, period. And we're going to close quote because he is now finished with his statement. Okay, please let me know if perhaps I missed something, or maybe you have another suggestion that you felt was a better alternative to what I've provided. Let me know in that comment section below. It would help me and others, I'm sure. Alrighty, I look forward to working with you soon. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.